Hello everyone, I'm Cody Proctor here with Great Falls City Commissioner Bill Bronson. How are you doing today?
Doing just great, thanks.
Thank you. Now, in a couple of weeks, the city elections for Great Falls are taking place, and you're actually rerunning for your position. Why are you running for City Commissioner?
Well, I've enjoyed the 2 terms that I've had on the commission so far, but there are some projects that we started to get underway in the last year that are not yet complete, and I'd like to apply the experience, the expertise I have in making sure those projects are completed over the next roughly 2 to 3 years. The first one mainly being the enhancements to public safety that we've started to do in the last couple of years. And probably the second big thing, which I hope to get a chance to talk about today, is this new park and recreation plan that the community will be asked to be a huge part of in the next couple of years, and then it will be up to the commission to help implement it. And there's lots of other things that I'm interested in too, but those are the 2 primary ones.
My next question is, what do you think you can bring to the position?
Well, number 1 is experience. The learning curve of a commissioner is pretty steep. It takes a long time to become familiar with the budget. It takes a long time to become familiar and understand the various workings of city government, whether it's planning, funding police and fire operations, and so forth. And contrary, to some people who say experience isn't important, I mean, it's absolutely necessary. If you don't have somebody there who's been through this several rounds and understands how all of this is put together, I think the commission loses a lot of its ability to be effective for the public. And as the most experienced commissioner, I offer that expertise for another 4 years.
What would you say are the main challenges for the city?
Well, the main challenges are always money, money, and money. We're very limited in the amount of tax dollars that we can raise. Because of that, we have to be probably much more lean and mean than most other governmental entities. We can't deficit spend like the federal government. We don't have a money machine that's able to crank out the dollars to do that. We have to live with the dollars that we're allowed to raise pretty much by state law. And so as a result, that's a challenge funding any of the important services that we have. People would like to have, say, more police and fire protection. So would all of us on the commission. But the reality is, and I oftentimes remind people of this, the total amount of dollars that we raise each year in property taxes, just property taxes alone, is not enough to fund our fire and police operations entirely. If we didn't have support from the state of Montana through some programs, if we didn't have grants, if we didn't have the ability to charge fees for certain services, and in some instances we do have some federal dollars, we wouldn't be able to even provide a bare minimum of services like we do today.
All right, so some say Great Falls is stagnant as far as economic growth. Do you agree or disagree with that? And where do you believe the greatest opportunities lie?
Well, I disagree that things are stagnant. Anybody who lives in this community can drive around and see all of the changes that have taken place, particularly in the last couple of years. We have a brand new steel manufacturing or fabricating facility right near this station, ADF, in part because of efforts by both the City of Great Falls and Cascade County. That's currently around 225 new jobs, well-paying jobs, headed for 300 sometime in the near future. We have this new industrial rail park out in the northeast end of the city with 4 businesses already breaking ground as of this week. That's going to mean new opportunities for those people, and there's other lots out there that are also being looked at by new businesses. And I could cite a number of other examples, but the proof in the pudding is that this year, when we received information from the State Department of Revenue on what our tax base was and what additional property tax dollars we had, for the first time in years, we had a sizable jump in the available tax dollars. And that was primarily due to the new expansion out at Calumet Montana Refining. Another project that the City Commission worked on, working with Calumet to make that new project fit into our community, allowing them to do what they needed to do, but at the same time making the residents feel comfortable that it was going to be a safe and as attractive a facility as one can make an industrial complex. But when someone says nothing's happening here, I respectfully disagree. The things are happening. This commission has been a part of it, and it's one of the reasons I want to stay involved a little bit longer to build on those efforts.
So my final question is, what role do you see for yourself as commissioner to spur economic growth?
Well, as I've mentioned to a lot of other people, there are some things that we as a commission can do with specific projects. We have some ability to use tax abatements if they're appropriate. Probably one of the best examples is in the downtown, where we have a lot of historic buildings. The cost of renovating and reestablishing, refurbishing those buildings is significant. If you talk to the folks who did the Church Harris firm or the Celtic Cowboy, the private dollars they invest are significant. But we can create a system where their new property taxes that they'll have to pay come online gradually, as opposed to right away, and that evens it out and it makes it easier for them cash flow wise to make these businesses work. That's a tool we've used. It's been successful, and I think we'll have other opportunities to use that. We may have other opportunities for tax increment financing in the future. We may also be approached, as we were by BE Aerospace here in town, as another example, where we agree to support them in applications for workforce training monies. That's been successful. We just received word the other day they're going to receive that grant. They'll be able to train workers to work in aviation technology, and again, high-paying jobs for the community, things that we haven't seen for a long time. And of course, you know, the beauty of it is they say we're not done with the number of employees we have or hope to hire. We have goals and ambitions of hiring even more employees over the next few years. And we haven't heard that kind of news in Great Falls for a long time, and as somebody who's been a long-time resident, it's fun to be part of that process of finally seeing this bear fruit.
Well, Commissioner Bronson, thank you again for being here with us in the studio. I do appreciate it.
And thank you for inviting me.
Yes. The city elections for Great Falls takes place on November 3rd, so be sure to get out and vote.